What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm here to bring all of you an anime first impressions of a new anime series that just aired today from Summer of Anime 2016, called Alderamin? I think that's how you say it. I know it sounds like I'm saying ramen, but I don't know exactly how to pronounce the first, part of the title. So anyways, I'm here to bring you all a first impressions, and it is by Studio Madhouse. So yeah, if you're unaware, the studio that is working on this anime series is Studio Madhouse, which is one of the reasons why I decided to sit down and watch this series, because I think all of us by now know that Studio Madhouse is a pretty damn good studio. They usually do some really good adaptations and some really good anime, so I decided, you know what, give this series a watch just because of the studio animating it. Now, I just finished the first episode, and I have to say quickly that majority of this episode is just character introductions and a little bit of world building here and there, but majority of it was character introductions. So, one thing I will say, if you were walking into this episode and probably expecting some crazy amount of action, or you're expecting some crazy plot twist at the end of the episode, you're probably not going to get that. You probably will be a little bit disappointed when it comes to this episode, but overall though, I feel like this episode got the points across and really kind of displayed one of the main things that you can really look forward to from this series, and that would be the main male character. The main male character definitely stands out when I was watching this episode because he's such a sarcastic asshole. That's exactly what he is. He's a sarcastic asshole that is a good type of asshole. And you're like, yo, I actually like this character. I mean, he's a jerk, but he's a cool jerk. And I love that about this episode, the way Madhouse focused in on that, showcasing this different type of quirky personality you normally don't see from a main male character. And I like that. I really like seeing that type of personality trait. And then we also see that he's a little bit, smart. He actually is an intelligent person. He's not really that dumb. He's not a typical MC that is like brain dead. And you don't have a brain dead main character that's like, oh, I'm gonna do some devastating shit, but I'll think about it later after I've already done it. He's not that type of character. He's a character that thinks before he acts, and I love that. And he does things for a reason. The way he acts with his serious tone, he's the type of person to get shit done. For instance, the way he grabbed the princess and he got this serious tone about him and he was just telling her like it was. I like that about his personality. Now, when it comes to some of the other aspects of the episode, there was a little bit fan service, like hinting that we're probably going to get some fan service from this series, because the MC seems to really be a womanizer. The way he was acting with the girl that got introduced to this episode, he was filling up her arm and all that, and eventually he was going to start grabbing her opie, so it kind of lets us know he has this perverted side to him as a main character, which is not something entirely new to a main character. So when it comes to that, that's one of the only, I guess, traits about his character that's a little bit ununique, but everything else is pretty damn awesome to see. Now, the plot, though, overall, what is it about? So, from what I gather already from the first episode, there is some form of supernatural element. We do see these little sprites or spirits that can have little magic come out of them, like, a wind spirit or, fire spirit, water spirit, stuff like that. And they can use magic, from what I can assume, because we did see an example of magic in this episode. So, there is supernatural, but a majority of it seems like it's going to be grounded around realism along with, strategic fighting, because you see in the opening song, which, oh, by the way, the opening song, probably one of my favorite opening songs of the season. Actually, that is, you know what, no, I take that back. JoJo is my favorite opening, obviously, but if I'm not counting JoJo, I'm going to say that this is probably my favorite, definitely. I just like that wub wub sound. I don't know, for something about it, I just love that wub wub when I was watching the opening song of this episode. But besides that, however, JoJo is, key contender of my personal favorite so far I've seen from, the season at recent time. So, what's the plot about? Again, let me get back onto that. So, it's grounded in realism, and you have it to where there seems to be some form of fighting going on. Like, it's where our main character is a general. He's a lazy general that's going to be kind of choosing how his troops fight, and he's going to be using his mind to overcome obstacles in front of him. And I like that part about this series, because that's something I truly enjoy when it comes to anime or manga or light novels, is when a main male character is intelligent, and we get to see this, political, battling going on, or, these mind games, how they play mind games with each other to try to outdo each other. I love that about anime, manga, and stuff when we have a series like this. So the main character is definitely interesting, and it definitely warrants me to continue on watching the series, at least to give it an 3-episode rule. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing spectacular, it's nothing 10 out of 10, it's nothing that is completely groundbreaking so far, but the main male character is interesting enough to warrant another watch of the series. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.